UFC 281 had it all. It was an action-packed night full of surprises and upsets. The middleweight division saw a serious shuffle, with Israel Adesanya losing his title to the dominant Brazilian, Alex Pereira. Michael Chandler also had his dreams of another shot at the lightweight title, crushed by the one and only Dustin Poirier. So what's next for these guys? And how did the MMA world react to the event? Keep watching for more. First up, lost but won. We couldn't have asked for a more entertaining fight between these two barbarians. Michael Chandler and Dustin Poirier gave us the stuff of dreams. Both gentlemen just refused to go down. And despite losing the fight, Iron Chandler has won the hearts of fans all over the world. And we're not gonna lie, he was in control for most of the fight. And had that takedown not been reversed, who knows? He might have just put away the diamond. UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou tweeted about how the entire MMA world got a treat because of these two. They gave it their all. And at the end of the day, that's what matters. Ngannou was stunned by Chandler and how he kept going after being rocked so many times. UFC bantamweight champion Aljamain Sterling congratulated Dustin for his exceptional win over Iron, but was in disbelief after watching both these guys go through hell. What made the fight even more special was that there was a lot of respect. It looked like they wanted to kill each other in the cage, but as soon as the fight ended, the American MMA walked up to his opponent and embraced him for putting on such a brilliant performance. And we'll get to Iron's title ambitions in a bit, but we need to say this: he lost the fight fair and square, no doubt about it. Poirier finessed him with that rear naked choke, but you just can't write off Chandler. It was one of those classic lost but won situations. He lost the fight, but he won hearts. Next, no longer in the driving seat. Remember a few days back before UFC 281 when Michael was talking about how he'd be the front runner for a shot at the lightweight title after putting away Dustin? Well, we're not too sure how that's going to work now. If anything, it's the Diamond who should be getting a good fight that possibly puts him in line for another shot at the lightweight title. Now, don't get us wrong. We don't want to take anything away from Chandler. He's proved he's built differently. But a W is a W. And no matter how stunning a performance it was, he's no longer in the driving seat. All he can do at this point is wait and see what Uncle Dana will offer him next. But yeah, it would have been a different story if he had won this fight. Because for starters, we didn't imagine this brutal exchange ending with a submission victory. Even Stephen Wonderboy Thompson could not believe he got the W after submitting Michael Chandler. It honestly looked like the fight would only end if one of them got knocked out. But despite the unwanted result at UFC 281, the mixed martial artist can still land himself a really exciting money fight guaranteed to sell millions of PPVs. And we're pretty sure you already know who we're talking about, but Michael versus Conor sells. It's a huge fight, since both the fighters are super entertaining and explosive. Also, Nate Diaz is no longer here. UFC needs to find someone exciting to match against the Irishman, who is better than Chandler. Moving on, he has his number. Whether you like it or not, Alex Pereira has Adesanya's number. No matter how hard Izzy tries, the Brazilian outshines him every single time. And we're not gonna lie, had the fight gone till the very end, the last stylebender would still be champion today. But Alex just managed to squeeze in a TKO victory with little time remaining on the clock. MMA pros couldn't believe how the Brazilian executed such a powerful strike so late in the fight. It was mind-blowing! And that's the final punch we're talking about. If you saw the fight, then you probably remember how Pereira threw a nasty fury of strikes to rock and put away the Nigerian for good. And, as we said before, it's the power that makes him so dangerous. It's like watching a middleweight fighter punched like a heavyweight. Bilal Muhammad tweeted in favor of the new champion, saying power is the equalizer. It makes sense why he'd tweet something like that. Izzy had fought hard hitters in the past, but no one hits as hard as the Protean. The people's champion, Yoel Romero, took his shot at Izzy and talked about how this is what happens when you actually fight. We're not sure what he means by that, but we're guessing it has something to do with how Pereira made Izzy come out of his shell. Best reaction came from the dangerous Khamzat Chimaev. He's already called out the new champion, vowing to finish him if they ever fight. Following up, time for a rematch. Before we tell you about what's next for the middleweight division, have you heard pros talking about how it was a bad stoppage? Even Adesanya talked about it after the fight. He said if the ref didn't stop the fight, he could have gone on to win by decision. Honestly, it's a bit difficult to determine determine whether that's right, since he looked like he was in a lot of trouble when Alex was throwing all that fire. But it's not like he was unconscious or something either. He was trying to get out of the way. And who knows, he might have escaped and let the fight go to a decision. Anyway, he's not complaining or something. He's actually being a real champ about his loss to the Brazilian. So what's next for these guys? Well, we think it's pretty obvious what everyone wants. These guys have to fight each other again. You could squeeze in Robert Whittaker if that doesn't work out, but a rematch is a must. It was such an entertaining fight, and we're not gonna lie, we haven't been this excited about the middleweight division in a really long time. This rivalry has definitely added a lot of spice and drama to the division. All eyes are on Dana White now. A rematch is probably the best bet at this point, since it's a fight that sells. Izzy has already announced that he's willing to dance again, and we reckon Pereira isn't the one to shy away either. Up next, not surprising. If you thought the boys were impressive at UFC 281, wait till you hear about Carla Esparza versus Zhang Weili. Honestly, we weren't really shocked by the result. Even light heavyweight Alexander Rakic tweeted asking if anyone was shocked by Zhang winning the fight. She looked so jacked for 115 pounds, and we weren't even watching what was going on in half of the fight. All we were thinking about was how much it'd hurt to be punched by her. But yeah, the result wasn't shocking at all. If anything, we expected a knockout, but got to see Weili submit Carla. Overall, it was a very dominant performance by the strawweight champion. She's proved over and over again why she deserves to be at the very top of the division. And while the aggression was expected, did you guys see that takedown defense? It was jaw-dropping. Zhang proved she was on another level that night. Now for the real question. Is it time for a Namajunas-Zhang trilogy fight? Both fights were super close. And we know, you're probably thinking how we're just talking about recycling matchups in the division. But you tell us, is there a better fight to make at this point? No, right? So you heard it first from us. Namajunas-Zhang 3 is in the works. Last but not least, the most exciting division in the promotion. So we've discussed every possibility by now. But what of the lightweight division? Chandler can take on McGregor in a massive money fight. But who's Dustin going to fight now? Beneil? Or what about the winner of Islam versus Alexander? Both are really exciting matches, and we're not going to beat around the bush here. If there's anyone who deserves a shot at the title, it's Beneil Dariush. But we can't help but imagine how exciting it would be to see Dustin square off for the title all over again. There's a solution here though. Dariush versus Poirier is the fight to make. Uncle Dana needs to understand that he can't ignore the Iranian much longer. He's on an amazing win streak, and he said on multiple occasions that he's waiting for his shot at the lightweight title. Well, that's the lightweight division for you. There's a reason why it's the most dangerous and competitive division in the promotion. Let's see how things play out for the Diamond. We think he still needs to be tested at least one more time before a title fight. That's it from our side, folks. So what do you think? What was the best fight at UFC 281? And were you shocked by the result? Let us know in the comments below. Remember, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more exciting videos in the future. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.